Lewis Hamilton qualified dead last, 20th out of 20 drivers, at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. For the first time in his entire Formula One career, the 7-time world champion will start a Grand Prix from the back of the grid, on pure pace. No mechanical failure, no strategic gamble, just a disastrous qualifying session that left Hamilton visibly upset and facing what might be the lowest moment of his legendary career. Qualifying in Las Vegas was held in extremely wet conditions. Rain made the track treacherous and unpredictable. Multiple yellow flags were thrown as drivers ran wide and slid off the circuit. It was a case of being in the right place at the right time to set a fast lap. But for Lewis Hamilton, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. The contrast with last year is brutal. At the 2024 Las Vegas Grand Prix, Mercedes finished 1 to 2 inches, qualifying with George Russell on pole and Lewis Hamilton in second. This year, Russell qualified 4th for Mercedes while Hamilton sits at the back of the grid for Ferrari. It's a complete reversal of fortune. During his warm-up lap, with just 2 minutes remaining in Q1, Hamilton hit a bollard at turn 14. Sky Sports F1 analyst Anthony Davidson spotted the incident while reviewing Hamilton's onboard footage. He seems to have just run over this cone, Davidson explained. Does it get stuck under his car? So that could explain why there was this lack of performance, probably towards the end for him. The car did not look good, I must say, through turn 17. A bollard stuck under the car would disrupt the airflow, damage the aerodynamics, and potentially cause mechanical issues. But when Hamilton was asked about the incident after qualifying, he couldn't provide much clarity. Hamilton's final lap in Q1 never materialized. There was confusion about whether he had abandoned his last attempt or simply ran out of time. Hamilton believed he hadn't crossed the line before the countdown clock hit 0. I mean, as I came across the line, it was red, so it wasn't a miscommunication from our side, he explained. By the time he reached the line to start his final flying lap, time had already run out. When the checkered flag fell on Q1, Lewis Hamilton was in 20th position, last place. For a 7-time world champion with 185 career wins and 104 pole positions, it's almost unthinkable. The statistics tell the story of just how unprecedented this moment is. Hamilton was slowest on outright pace for the first time in his Formula One career. Not since his debut season in 2007 has Hamilton qualified this far back without a mechanical issue or strategic decision being involved. This was pure pace, or lack thereof, in the most difficult conditions. It's also the first time a Ferrari has qualified slowest since Giancarlo Fisichella at the 2009 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That's 16 years ago. To have a driver of Hamilton's caliber stuck at the back of the grid is a new low for the team this season. Hamilton's teammate Charles Leclerc didn't have a great session either, qualifying in 9th position. That means for the 3rd time in 2025, no Ferrari driver has featured in the top 8 in qualifying. It's a stark reminder of how far Ferrari has fallen this season. At the front of the grid, Lando Norris took pole position for McLaren, his 3rd in a row and 7th of the season. Max Verstappen qualified 2nd for Red Bull. Carlos Sainz put his Williams in 3rd. George Russell was 4th for Mercedes. Oscar Piastri 5th for McLaren. These are the drivers who got it right in the difficult conditions. These are the teams that adapted to the wet track and found performance when it mattered. Ferrari and Hamilton were not among them. After climbing out of his Ferrari, Hamilton was visibly upset. When he spoke to the media, his words were heavy with emotion. "It feels horrible," Hamilton admitted. "It doesn't feel good, but all I can do, I've just got to let it go and try to come back tomorrow. This year is definitely the hardest year. We've got a really good car. It will be really hard to come back from 20th. That last part is particularly telling." Hamilton believes Ferrari has a good car, but for whatever reason, he hasn't been able to extract the performance from it. And now, with 21 races completed in his first season with Ferrari, he still hasn't scored a single podium finish. Think about that for a moment. Lewis Hamilton, a driver who has won 105 Grand Prix and 7 World Championships, is on track for his first season without a podium finish in his entire 19-year Formula One career. His last podium came at the 2024 Las Vegas Grand Prix when he was still driving for Mercedes. Since then, nothing. This isn't just a bad season. This is a historically bad season for one of the greatest drivers the sport has ever seen. Hamilton has had difficult years before, but never anything like this. Even in his worst seasons with McLaren, he still managed to win races. But in 2025 with Ferrari, he's been nowhere near the podium. The question everyone is asking is why? Hamilton himself seems puzzled. He keeps saying Ferrari has a good car, but the results don't match that assessment. Ferrari has struggled to match the performance of McLaren's title-winning car this season. They've also lagged behind Red Bull and Mercedes at various points throughout the year. Some have suggested that Hamilton is struggling to adapt to the Ferrari. Others point to Ferrari's development direction not suiting Hamilton's driving style. Whatever the reason, the reality is clear. This move to Ferrari, which was supposed to be the fairy tale ending to Hamilton's career, has turned into a nightmare. The Las Vegas qualifying result is the lowest point yet. Starting from the back of the grid, Hamilton faces an uphill battle in Sunday's race. Overtaking in Las Vegas is possible, but coming from 20th to even the points-paying positions will require a perfect race, good strategy, and a lot of luck. Hamilton knows this. There's no false optimism, just the honest assessment of a driver who knows he's in trouble. Hamilton has built his reputation on never giving up. He's come from the back of the field before and fought his way through to score points, but those comebacks were usually in faster cars with better race pace. This Ferrari has been inconsistent all season, and starting from last place makes the task even harder. For Ferrari, this is another embarrassment in a season full of them. They brought Lewis Hamilton to the team with massive expectations. They're paying him a fortune, and yet here they are, with their star driver, starting from the back of the grid at a race where they should be competing for wins. The pressure is mounting on everyone involved. Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur will face questions about the car's development and why it doesn't suit Hamilton. Hamilton himself will face questions about whether he's lost his edge, whether the move to Ferrari was a mistake. These are uncomfortable questions, but they're fair questions given the results. A driver of Hamilton's caliber should not be qualifying last. A team of Ferrari's stature should not be this far off the pace. Something is fundamentally wrong, and neither the driver nor the team seems to have the answers.